Hey guys, yesterday I went and saw another double feature. Sorry if I sound a little nasally. I've been recovering from a fucking respiratory infection over the last couple of days since I did my last reviews. I've been fucking sick as a dog. I had this call off today of my new job, so it's been a fucking great day. Um, but yesterday, like I said, I went to the theaters, and the first movie I saw was Smallfoot. Now, all right, this is a movie that honestly, I got trailers for enough, and I was like, that looks all right. It didn't leave that much of an impression on me. I was just like, that's all right. It doesn't look terrible. It doesn't look good. It's from the same company that's made like the Lego Movie and Storks and stuff like that. And I fucking love both those movies. So I was like, I liked the concept. I thought it was pretty cute from the trailers. Um, okay, well, before we get into the review of this actual fucking movie, I have a story to tell all of you. So, okay, well, you know what? First off, I'll say this about the movie. It's a movie that honestly was fine. It was perfectly fine. It was a movie that I probably will probably not forget or probably remember that much about for many reasons. But also at the same time, this is a movie I won't ever forget seeing for a few years to come. For one main fucking reason. I put this on my Facebook, and people I'm sure were wondering what movie I was fucking talking about. I told on Facebook that, ladies and gentlemen, I have now experienced. I was talking about this the other day. I was like, when we were talking about like, I was talking to somebody. I think I was at work or something about what was the worst movie theater experience I've ever had in my entire life. And like every time I go to a fucking movie, like and where I've had a bad theater experience, it always involves kids and kids movies. Sometimes not all these kids movies. I had fucking a lady bring her baby into Alien versus Predator, and the baby cried the whole fucking time. What a fucking shock! You take your kid to fucking Alien versus Predator. Not making that up. But up to this point, I always said I don't know what my least favorite movie theater experience was until yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, the worst thing or the worst movie theater experience was seeing fucking Smallfoot. For that, I will always remember this movie. Let me explain what the fuck happened. So, I get in there, and it's a pretty decent little crowd of parents and their kids, of course. And like I said, I have no problem with kids and during kids movies because usually, yeah, they do talk some every so often. Some of them do talk, but they usually are pretty quiet and polite, and, and even sometimes they'll make you laugh with some of the comments they'll make sometimes. But what happened was this couple came in with their two-year-old boys. They had to be no older than 2-year-old boys, and they sat right behind me, and they the movie was an hour and a half. For the next hour and a half, the whole fucking movie. I'm not just like for half of it or for 20 minutes of it. No, the whole hour and a half. These kids proceeded to, I'm not making this up, run around the fucking movie theater, run up and down the aisles, screaming at the top of their lungs, yelling at each other, and even at one point, fucking running out of the movie theater itself. And of course, because of that, hell, they were even hitting my fucking chair. Because of that, I wasn't really fucking paying much attention to the fucking movie itself. For what I did, I wasn't really. And what did the parents? Just take a fucking wild guess what the parents did this whole fucking time. They just sat there. They sat in their seats, not with a fucking care in the world, and barely ever got up to actually control their kids. It never really did anything to actually, make sure they started to behave. They just let them fucking wreak havoc and go crazy. Hell, at one fucking point when they ran out of the movie theater, and Dad acted like he was bothered to even fucking have to get up and go get him. I shit you not. Listen, if you are a parent and you just let your fucking kids fucking roam around the fucking movie theater screaming at the top of their lungs, hell, they were fucking wrestling each other, fucking on the floor. And you just sit there and go, fuck off. You deserve to be sterilized. You never should be allowed to reproduce, never should be allowed to produce ever. Anyways, I was sick on top of this, so I was fucking irritated. I hope I got all of them fucking sick, because I was coughing, and I wanted to make sure those fuckers got sick. Them and their kids. That's kind of mean saying about the kids. I'm not sitting there saying, kids, fuck the kids. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, what the hell happened to back in the day? If me and my sister would have done that shit when we were little, those kids' ages, we would have got our ass beat. My mom would have fucking took us home. They would not have taken like maybe 2 minutes of that shit. But nope, not nowadays. Like I said, other kids in the movie theater were acting perfectly fine. They would laugh and stuff like that. But I literally thought about going to get my money back or something like that. I should have. I fucking should have. I don't know why I didn't. I've done it before, but very rarely. That was the worst fucking thing. And like I said, this movie, the last time I had an experience like this with a kid's movie was fucking Good Dinosaur. And I kind of put this in the same category as Good Dinosaur, that honestly the movie's so forgettable that only thing I'll remember is just a horrible movie theater experience that I had involved in it. If you want to know what happened in The Good Dinosaur, fucking go check that out from a few years ago. So, like I said, I thought the movie was fine. I like the world that this movie built. Somebody had to be fucking doing some really good drugs to be doing to build the world that they built in this fucking movie. I shit you not. It's a movie that's a whole. It's all about questioning, the characters questioning basically their religion, and basically the Yetis. It all takes place in the eyes of the Yetis, who believe this is what they fucking believe because of what they've been told is the answers to your universe is basically on these stones. And so I'm not making this up. This is what fucking the movie tells us is how their world was created. So apparently, according to their stones, they were pooped out of the butt of a bison. I'm not making that up. Their mountaintop that was pooped out of the butt of a bison landed on Earth. There's clouds surrounding them, and that below the mountains are bisons holding up the mountain. And every often, when they have to roll down ice towards the bison to offer them good givings and shit like that, and if they don't offer them ice, the mountain will sink. I'm not making this shit up. This is what is explained in the first 30 or 10 minutes. I'm not making that up. I was like, okay, that is the weirdest fucking thing. Oh, and they described the sun as a shiny snail in the sky that they have to bang a gong every day for it to wake up. I am not making this up. This is what the fuck happened in this movie. And of course, it's one of those stories about the main character questioning everything when he finds out in this world, below the mountain, there's nothing except the bison, apparently. It's the weirdest fucking review I've ever done. I swear to God, I'm not sick and lost my fucking mind. This is what really happened in this movie. So, he of course questions everything. And of course, he comes, as you've seen in the trailers, he comes across a Smallfoot, or a human being, and he starts to question everything and gets everybody to question everything. It's one of those movies you've seen done a million times before. I was surprised. I thought like the stereotypical way that usually these movies go, the main villain I thought was going to end up being Common, who's the leader of this pack of Yetis, and he is the one who sets the rules and this, they're setting these stones and shit like that. But no, they never go that route. I was fucking surprised. Yeah, fucking like people like LeBron or Channing Tatum, Danny DeVito plays his dad. I like Danny DeVito in this movie where basically his whole job is to go head first into a gong to wake up the sun, and he catapults himself head first into it, and like he has this big giant hole in his head. He asked his dad, Channing Tatum asked him at one point, he's like, "Were you ever this short this whole time?" He's like, "No, I used to be your size, but I kept fucking smacking my head, basically smacking his head, and became shrunker. It kept shrinking and shrinking." I thought that's pretty fucking funny. And he even like had this whole backstory about the rest of his family members. I forget what all their names. It's pretty fucking funny. Yeah, like I said, yeah, it's a movie. It's just a nothing movie. It's okay. There's worse out there. It's like I was like, again, maybe I wasn't fair with this movie because of my experience, but I still think I would have probably had the same opinion, like going into it or going out of it, if I didn't have the experience that I had with this fucking movie. And like I say, it's a mild recommendation, I guess. I mean, there's a lot better kids movies out there to take your kids to go see than this. Trying to think, fuck, like Christopher Robin, I think, still playing. I don't know. Trying to think what the fuck. It's been a while since I've seen a fucking kids movie, hasn't it been? I don't know. Anyways, yeah, that's as far as Smallfoot goes. Sorry about my fucking rant I had to explain what the hell happened with my fucking horrible theater experience with this movie. Trailers, I got Ralph Breaks the Internet. This is when the fucking couple and their kids came in, so I fucking got distracted enough that I didn't see much of the trailer. I think it was explaining a little bit more of the story. I don't know, something about, I don't know, some girl racer, another girl racer. I don't know what the fuck was going on. I was like, I'm looking forward to it. It's one of those, like, it's obvious they're trying to put in as much shit as they can, that Disney, all the shit that Disney owns, from Star Wars to Marvel and all that shit like that's gonna be in this. I thought that was pretty funny. I love the first one, so I'm gonna definitely go see that one when it comes out. Goosebumps 2 Haunted Halloween. This was a shorter trailer. This was the first time I've seen a trailer other than that one that premiered like months ago. This was like a shorter trailer, and the only thing I remember of this fucking trailer was there's an extended version of that fucking gummy bear scene that you see in the first trailer where they're attacking the kids. And all of a fucking sudden in the trailer they're playing "I'm a gummy bear, I'm a gummy bear." If you have a little kid, you've know this song. If you don't, be lucky that your kid has never discovered this fucking song. My niece is 4. I've heard this song so much in my life that I never need to hear it again. I was like, I had nightmares as soon as it fucking started popping up in the trailer. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So yeah, that's as far as trailers go. And I'll be seeing Goosebumps 2 next week. Like I said, I like the first one. I've always been a fan of the book series, so that's as far as trailers go. Still got one more review to do. Until then, I'll talk to you guys later.